We can attempt to try to find satisfaction in achievement. We may attempt to find satisfaction in achievement. Now, this, folks, is a trick of Satan. It is a trick of Satan to get us to believe a lie. And it is very, very insidious. It's very, very sinister how this works. So I want you to stay with me and think about this. What happens is we begin to assign certain things. We begin to assign certain qualities of life to success. In other words, we'll say, oh, they have so much money in the bank. They are successful. They live in a certain village. They drive a certain kind of car. They wear designer clothes. Why do you think it is a billion-dollar business around the world for designer clothes? Why? It's just clothes. It's just tela. The price is the same for the tela, no? What makes it different? What makes the value? It is the assigned value. That somebody says, if you can pay the money for a Rolex watch, you're somebody. Unless it comes from Hong Kong. If you can pay the money for this kind of a car, you're somebody. You have significance. You are a success. How much money you have in the bank, where you live, kind of clothes you wear, how many times you've flown to the U.S. or around the world, or if you have a green card. Aren't there many ways that we assign significance in life that really don't matter? What did Jesus say? A man's life consisteth not in the things that he possesses. There's a store here in Metro Manila that says toys for big boys. It should be toys for rich boys. And I know that we have a problem with telephone lines. And even ACE does not have a telephone. We can't get one. And we had for a while the use of a cellular phone through the kindness of one of the parents at our school. But it was even in Asia Week magazine. And you see these guys with cellular phones. Now they don't carry the cellular phone down here. How do they carry their cellular phone? They carry it around like this so everybody can see their cellular phone. What are they saying? They're saying, see my symbol of success? I paid so much money for this phone. All it is a symbol of success. It is a symbol of significance. We are trying to be like the world. Careful. Let's go to the next step. Not only do we have it in the world, but even in educational levels or entertainment levels. Oh, if you have reached the pinnacle that Michael Jackson has reached, you have success. If you have reached the pinnacle of Michael Jordan, you're successful. Are you? Can you, through achievement, satisfy the need for significance? No. You can't. We cannot do it. It's a lie. It's a trick of Satan. But what about educational levels? Oh, I have my bachelor's, and I have my master's, and I have my doctorate, and I have my doctorate in this, and I have my PhD, and we have all of these things behind our name. And in ministry, we can even put them in front of our name. And we think we're really something if we are somebody. And we have these mutual admiration societies where that we say, well, you make me a doctor and I'll make you a doctor. And then we're really somebody. Education, does that make you somebody? No. What about in ministry? Oh, I have a school of 300. I have a school of 500. I used to have a friend that would call me every Monday morning. He would call me, and the first thing that he would say, almost before he would say hello, but for sure immediately after he said hello, he would say, how many did you have in Sunday school? How much was your offering? He was in competition with me. He was trying to find significance by comparing himself to me. And sad to say, the Bible says if we compare ourselves among ourselves, we are not wise. Why? Because we're then just like the world. Because that's where they're looking for a sense of satisfaction and a sense of security. How big a church, how many people, size of your offerings, size of your school, number of graduates, how many pass the NCEE, where do they go to college? Oh, even in our ACE schools, we can get to the point where we are trying to find our significance by the number of our graduates and how they place on NCEE tests. If that is our motivation, then are we not like the world? Are we not like the prodigal son who was looking down and was envious of the food of the pig? Let's let the pigs be the world. And they're happy. They're just enjoying eating all of that. But if our motivation is the same motivation as theirs, are we not the same as the pig? And is it not then interesting that the world looks at us and says, well, you're no different than us. Remember Jesus' prayer in John 17? That the world may know that they're mine. What sets us apart from the world? What makes us different from the world? Our uniqueness. The difference of our motivation makes us different. What motivates you? If you are not motivated by something different than the world is motivated by, you're no different than the world. What motivates you? It's a very personal thing. And I hope that you take the time and the opportunity to really, really look at yourself.